Hello, welcome. This is going to be a quick, fast yoga body sculpt 15-minute flow. I'm excited. We're going to be doing balancing, some holding, a little bit of stretching, but it's going to activate the body for full body mobility and get you ready to do whatever you need to do today. Let's find ourselves here in Tadasana pose. Just a couple breaths. Find yourself centered. Take a quick body scan. Notice the face, neck, shoulders. Let go of all tension to the part of the body that I point out. The chest, the stomach, arms, fingers, hips, knees, all the way through to the feet. Wiggle those toes, wiggle those fingers, opening the eyes. Next inhale, tall mountain, arms reach up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Ragdoll position for 2 breaths. Count it out, inhale, exhale. One more, inhale, and exhale. Release that grip on the elbows. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hand, send it back to a high plank. Check in here, press through the palms, rounding, tucking the tailbone, activating the core. Shift the weight of the body forward, side to side. Make sure the wrists are feeling okay. Bring those knees down. You can leave them off if you're feeling ready for it. We're going to lower halfway down and lift. Tuck those toes, send it up and back, down dog. Inhale, shift it forwards, knees down or lift it as you lower and lift. Back to downward facing dog. Inhale, forwards, exhale, lower, lift. And back to downward facing dog. Told you, fast flow. We're sculpting. Here we go. You got this. Shifting forwards, tabletop position, 1 cat-cow, lift, crown of head, tailbone, exhale, round through the spine, gaze to the navel. Neutral, tabletop position, plank, back to downward facing dog. 1 breath. Inhale, right leg lifts. Keep it lifted. Toes face down. Elbow to knee. Squeeze. Lift. Knee to nose. Squeeze. Good. Lift. Right knee, left elbow. Squeeze. Lift it higher. And 3-legged dog. Back. And send that right foot between the hands. Awesome. Crescent lunge. It's okay. If you're feeling tight, you're not ready for this fast of movement, you can watch, you can slow it down. Crescent lunge. Airplane lunge. Pinkies towards each other. Come to float. Lifting that left leg off the mat and lower. Crescent lunge. Exhale, airplane lunge, lift. This time hands come down, square the foot, crunch left knee behind right and lift for 2. Lift. Last 1. If you have discomfort in the lower back at any point, if you're kind of arching the back in a certain position, you could have hands up on a block or just hands at heart center, balancing more. Send those left toes back. Crescent lunge. Really working that right quad. Open up warrior 2. Steady gaze out in front. Another breath. 5-pointed star. Squat. Goddess pose. Hands at heart center. Recenter. Quick body scan. Stay here. Notice the quads burning. Building heat. Face, neck, shoulders, chest, stomach. Hips, knees, feet. Quick body scans just to notice and relax. Even in the midst of a challenging pose like this. Just breathe. 5-pointed star. Heels behind toes. Prasarita. Stay with the breath. Halfway lift. Side lunge to the back. On your left. You might stay up high like this. I'm staying up high like this. You might bring that hip all the way down, or that glute all the way down to your left heel and come up one of those right toes. It's up to you. Wherever you're at, shifting onto the right, towards the top of your mat. Stay with the breath. Mindfulness is a superpower. Leverage being present, letting go of distractions. Do it for 15 minutes. You'll see and you'll feel the difference. Pivot, low lunge, top of your mat, back to high plank. 5 chaturanga push-ups, slow, lower, lift, lower, lift. If you want the whole body to be moving with you, you tuck the tailbone and you activate the core. Lift. You got this. Lower, lift. Last one, lower. Squeezing those shoulder blades in as you're lowering. And tabletop position. Awesome work. Maybe you're taking a breath in child's pose. And wherever you're at, we're gonna keep moving. Fast flow. You got this. Plank, back to downward facing dog. Same thing on the other side, okay? If you remember all that we just did, we're gonna do it again for that left quad. Gotta balance it out. Left leg lifts. Lift it a little higher. Right heel lower. Lift. And elbow to knee flow. Left knee, left elbow, squeeze. And lift. Point those toes as you lift. Flex them as you lower. Knee to nose. Press through the palms. Left leg lifts. And left knee, right elbow. As you exhale, squeeze. Lift that knee a little higher. Good. Left leg lifts. And we're getting off the hands. Awesome work. Left foot comes between the hands. If that's pretty tricky, real quick, from three-legged dog, you can lower that right knee first. Bring that left foot between wherever you're at, meeting in high lunge. Breathe. Next exhale, airplane lunge. Squeeze those shoulders, come to float, airplane. Lift through the right hamstring. Next exhale, lower. Crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior 3. Hands through heart center this time. And those hands continue to move down to both sides of the right foot. And we're gonna crunch for 3. Lift, lower. Once again, hands can be up here. If you have any discomfort in the lower back, it's okay to have that curvature as long as you're not feeling discomfort. That was 3. And send those left toes back. Crescent lunge, big inhale. Warrior 2, exhale. Building that fire on the left quad this time. I know you're feeling it. Keep up the good work. Next, inhale. So you're continuing to breathe, not cueing all of your breaths. 5-pointed star. Toes face out, palms face out, and come down to squat. Stay here, and you can rock side to side like this. If you're listening to any music, you can move to the rhythm. We're fluid, like a river flowing. We exist and we adapt. Knees out to the pinky toes. Lower those hips down a little bit more. Next inhale, 5-pointed star. Exhale, heels behind toes, come to fold. Side lunge to the back, on to the right. Starting with the right this time. Once again, maybe you're really coming all the way down like that, or you're staying up high. And next inhale, shifting weight through center, onto the left. As long as you're noticing stretching and opening on the insides of the hips here, it's perfect. Shifting weight back through center. Exhale, pivot, low lunge to the front, back to high plank. Once again, 5 chaturanga push-ups is the goal. If you want more, you can take it. If you want less, feel free. Lowering down. And ideally that chin and chest are coming forwards and down as you lower and lift. Stay with the breath. Try to slow it down. The slower you go, the more challenging it will be. Tuck the tailbone, activate the core so the whole body moves together. Good. And down dog. A few breaths here. Awesome work. Fast flow. We got the chest. We got the triceps. We got the quads. There's really warming and building heat everywhere. You can stack the shins and make your way back like this, or however is comfortable for you to make your way onto a back. Draw those knees towards the face. We're gonna work the core a bit. Coming up to boat pose. Steady gaze out in front, you're confident. Say this back to me. I am strong. I am capable. I will continue to do the uncomfortable thing because I know it leads to growth. Stay steady and exhale, lower for 10 lowers and lifts. 10 is the goal. Wherever you're at is fine. You can call it quits now. I'm not going to blame you. This is tough. You could just stay in high boat. There's options, but you're with your breath. Continue. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Try to balance that breath. Notice the core. Notice the subtle things, the toes. Notice the fingers. Take a couple more if you would like. And we're going to meet on our backs, lowering everything down. Draw those knees to the chest. Hug it in. And feet below the knees. We're coming to bridge pose. Roll outsides of shoulders, hips lift. Driving up, up, up with those hips. Steady breath. Lift your right leg, hips higher. Lower that leg, stay with the breath. Lift your left. You can try to stay with the Ujjayi breath even as we're working. When you hear that, that's Ujjayi. Try to make that sound. Lift higher and lower. Everything down. Good. Draw those knees into the chest. One more pose on our feet before we finish things up. Make your way through a seat to tabletop position. And then back to downward facing dog is where we're going to meet. And next inhale, looking between the hands, bring the feet to the outsides of the hands for Malasana. And you can drive those knees out a little wider by bringing the hands down as it presses the elbows out. Notice one thing that you see. Notice touch, sense of touch of the fingers, the feet, and relax throughout the whole body. Take time to do this. It takes 10 seconds. If you do it consistently throughout the day, you'll tap into your potential. You have unlimited potential. And next exhale, we're going to bring those hips down behind you. Draw those knees to the chest. Extend one leg long. Draw the other knee out towards your right shoulder. Draw that leg across the body for a twist. You can reach it. Maybe it comes all the way to the ground. Maybe it stays hovering. Plant the right shoulder. And bring both knees back to center. Right leg extends long. out to the left shoulder. Just remember, you have teachers, you have guidance at your fingertips. Remind yourself of the things that are important. Don't allow yourself to be distracted. Left foot comes across the body, twist, plant through the left shoulder. One more breath. And knees come in for one last big hug. Tighten everything in. And as you exhale, we're going to extend everything long for Shavasana. And one big inhale through the nose, expand through the stomach and the chest. And exhale through the mouth. Release and let it go. Allow your body to melt into the ground below you. Another quick body scan. Relax everything. Notice one thing that you see, hear, touch, and notice your breath, objective attention. Thank you for joining me in this 15-minute practice. Good job. You worked hard. It's going to pay off. Keep consistent. Stay disciplined. Namaste.